Coral voting to pursue buying the old Cape Coral golf course. Buying it would cost the city $12 million. 4 New Corners' Lisa Greenberg back from City Hall, where most council members sound like they see this as a good opportunity despite that big price tag. Lisa?
Well, Patrick, one council member says she's not much of a gambler, but another one is calling this purchase a strategic risk. As you're about to see, lots of people in Cape Coral are voicing their views on both sides of this tonight. 175 acres of abandoned land, once a golf course, a decade later in disrepair. But one group, Save Our Recreation, showed up to Monday's city council meeting in Green, hoping the council will pursue buying the land, clear the debris, but keep it green.
Cape Coral needs more places for its residents to join the out of doors, and this is one piece of property that should be fought for to become just that.
City Council voting to move forward with negotiations to buy the land. The Ryan Company, who owns it now, was considering using it to build 500 homes, but for a $12 million price tag, the company is willing to sell it to the city, which is discussing using it for recreation.
I think a lot of us should sit back and say, how much money are we going to lose in the future by not obtaining this property?
The city's tentative plan for the land includes a community center, gardens, an amphitheater, pickleball courts. The total cost? More than $13.5 million, not including maintenance. It's leading many to question where the funds would come from.
And if you don't have the funds to buy it outright, I was raised, you want to buy something, you pay for it. You save the money, you buy it, you pay for it, period.
And the continuing increases in taxes, along with the increase in break-ins, etc. I'd rather see more officers than purchasing land for who knows what.
Councilwoman Marilyn Stout expressing her doubts.
It worries me. I'm not a gambler.
Still, the other 6 voting in favor of moving forward in negotiations. A step in the right direction, says Save Our Recreation.
I look at it as an investment in the city's future.
Now, council is looking into different ways to pay for this, including a 10-year bank loan or using revenue from other city projects. Lisa Greenberg, Fox 4, in your corner.
All right, thank you, Lisa. Cape Coral City Council also voting to approve developing more than 100 acres right along Embers Parkway. The developer Avalon and the city are saying they're still about a year and a half away from anything major happening in the area, during which they'll conduct research surveys to see how an increase in the number of people and the number of cars might change traffic flow in the area. They'll also have to reapply to the city and the state to continue with that project along Embers Parkway. A Southwest Florida homeowner stuck with a partially destroyed home tonight at the garage a day after a car crashed into the place. The driver is charged with DUI. Happened in the upscale Brookshire community right off Daniels Parkway near 6 Mile Cypress in South Fort Myers. 4 New Corners' Kara Spelger explaining why the homeowner is stuck with the mess, at least for now.
This tree trunk still stuck in the garage, bits of branches here and there, and the pink garage door smashed. These skid marks on the road show just how far the car came after taking out this tree, leaving just the stump. Here's the 911 call.
There's a car crash. I heard a car speeding and it slammed into this house's garage.
Investigators arrested this 21-year-old, Garrett Nolan, who they say was behind the wheel when the car plowed into this home. This neighbor told me she felt it before she saw it.
Sort of vibrated to the end of our street.
Neighbors on both St. Edmunds Loop and Brookshire Lake Boulevard say the noise shocked them and their pets, like Karen's golden doodle, Daisy.
I heard a boom and little Daisy woke up and started barking a little bit.
In fact, she thought it might be her other pets that created the disturbance first.
We have a few cats that like to jump up on stuff, so I figured they knocked a box over.
Instead, it turned out to be a tree knocked over into the house. The woman who lives in this home tells me she's lucky she wasn't hurt, and neither was her car. It wasn't in this garage because she had lent it to her son. As for Daisy and her owner, they're still adjusting to a very close call.
It was scary because it's so close.
Kara Spelger, Fox 4 in your corner.
The homeowner says she's stuck with that mess for now. She's got to leave it that way until the insurance company takes a look. Neighbors say drivers often speed through the area as a shortcut. The president of the Homeowners Association says he's working on getting some speed bumps installed in the area. When you think of places where your pet could be in danger, you might picture a busy road, but certainly not your veterinarian's office, right? Wrong. 4 in your corner investigating why some vets in Southwest Florida and across the state are allowed to keep practicing even though innocent animals have died in their care.
A woman speeding through a church parking lot here in Southwest Florida trying to exorcise some demons. We'll explain.
Southwest Florida father finding out the hard way a stop for booze while watching baby probably don't mix. You're watching Fox 4 News at 10.
That's all. Live from the station that's in your corner. News with Patrick Nolan, Amy Wegman, and weather with Chief Meteorologist Derek Beasley. You're watching Fox 4 News at 10.
Well, you expect to see leaves, bugs, tadpoles, even maybe a snake in your pool, but an alligator? Seriously? Look at this. A Boca Raton family found exactly that this morning. An 8-foot-long gator lounging in the pool at their house. They do live next to a canal, which is presumably where the gator came from. Trappers were called in and the alligator was safely removed. It's funny, in the picture it actually doesn't look like it's 8 feet long.
It doesn't, but
like
8 feet.
Itty bitty. Woo. Oh, look, its nose, poor thing.
Yeah.
I've said it before and I'll say it again. And I'm not saying it happened in this case, but I just like to remind people, public service here, don't ever feed a gator.
Yes.
Don't put food anywhere near the canal, anything like that. You just don't want them finding their way closer to humans. They've got that natural fear.
Absolutely.
I do like staying at a distance.
Yeah.
They're beautiful creatures.
They're fast.
At a distance.
Yeah.
They are, in the water and on land.
That's for sure. And I think we're going to be seeing a lot more of them out with the temperatures warming up. We saw a little bit of that today. Temperatures are going to be in the 80s here for the rest of this week, so no cold air. Here we are in the middle of February, or at least the early parts of February, and no sign of any more cold outbreaks headed our way. Other parts of the country, of course, are cooling down, but looks like we're going to be warming up over the next few days. We could see some mid-80s here by the end of the week. So a lot of you that have been looking for some of that beach weather or an excuse to get out and enjoy the sunshine, you're going to get that weather here this week. Had some storms earlier this afternoon well south of the area across parts of South Florida, across portions of Miami-Dade and Monroe County, mainland Monroe County, just south of our area. But we had our rain last night and things are relatively dry here for today. 60s across the area tonight, and winds are light out of the northeast at about 5 to 10 miles per hour. Those winds are going to become southeasterly tomorrow. That's going to crank the humidity up, and the temperature is going to be going up too. So notice tomorrow's highs back into the lower 80s like what we had on Sunday. So we are going to see a return to some warmer weather here across the area. There are those thunderstorms I was talking about earlier this afternoon, just right along the Monroe and Miami-Dade County line, but they fizzled out. There's actually a front that's hanging out down here. This is the same front that came through the area on Sunday. So late last night and early this morning, we saw the front move through the area. It's just kind of hanging out here through the upper Keys. It's likely going to get pulled back to the north as a warm front tomorrow, and that's when we're going to start to see that warm up across a good chunk of the area. Take a look at these temperatures for tomorrow afternoon, your 4-city forecast. 82 in Everglades City, southeast wind at about 5 to 10, Lehigh Acres at 83, Englewood at 80, Harbor Heights tomorrow 84. And it looks like this will be the case here for the rest of this week. So if you enjoy these warm temperatures, they're going to be sticking around for a little while. Winds out of the northeast tomorrow, then becoming southeasterly during the afternoon. And notice a few of these wind arrows actually pointing from the Gulf inland, and that is as a result of the sea breeze that is going to try to develop. So it's not out of the question. We could see some showers pop up later in the afternoon right along that sea breeze as it pushes in. But right now that chance is going to be mainly towards the late afternoon, the evening, towards sunset. And it's only going to be a small chance. Most areas, though, will be staying dry. 61 for tonight, partly cloudy. Could see some patchy fog late tonight. Not convinced it's going to be as thick as it was this morning, but we'll be watching that carefully overnight. And then tomorrow, those southeast winds pick up, and then temperatures into the lower 80s. Ingman Marine forecast for tomorrow. Watch out for that sea fog over the marine areas. Seas 2 feet. East winds at about 10 knots here through the afternoon. 7-day forecast, that very slim chance for a shower on Tuesday. Could see another slight chance with a cold front approach to the area on Thursday, but notice the temperatures don't change much through the weekend into next week. Low 80s for highs, at nights in the mid-60s.
All right, thank you, Derek. Looking mild. A run to the liquor store ending in a night in the jail for a Collier County man. He was arrested, accused of leaving a small child in a running car. And 4 in your corner's Adam Pinsker standing by to show you why this guy's parking job played a role in how he got busted. Adam?
Michael Smith is accused of leaving a toddler alone in his SUV. The car was running and the windows were down, but the temperature outside was almost 80 degrees.
I hope the courts take care of him. Why not park your car? This isn't a lot that's regularly full.
But Collier County deputies say Michael Smith instead parked his car in a fire lane, left a